So I had never actually used this veil before, and I mean it works. Does this work for anybody? I'm just standing here. Anyway, welcome back, you guys, to some more Elden Ring, and this time we're in New Game Plus. I think it's going to be pretty awesome, mainly because now we can actually focus more on some stuff and look back at things, and we already got pretty much everything in the game, so a lot of stuff actually carries over. Your ashes, materials, cracked tears, your pots, any of your stone swords, a lot of stuff, and golden seeds, which is interesting because we're already maxed out, so I'm not sure what we're meant to do with those. Maybe we can sell them. But yeah, a lot of stuff carries over. Even the shackles, which is really interesting to me. I would have thought that they would make you get that over again, but you get all your notes. All your basic notes. So, yeah. Kinda nice of how much stuff actually carries over. But I'm really excited to just restart and not have as much pressure to do certain areas, or really just take a better look at the lore of everything and maybe pick up on some stuff we wouldn't have noticed otherwise, knowing what we know now. And the biggest thing for me, too, is now knowing that, yeah, we're maidenless. And our maiden seems to have been murdered. And I'm wondering who would have done that. Could it be Seluvius? Could it be Vare? I'm just wondering what the purpose is of killing our maiden right off the bat. I think I'm going to go bloody katanas for a while. I don't know. I'm just excited to mess around with some more stuff this time around. Different weapons, different loadouts. Oh, back to a non-burning tree. How wonderful. It's also really interesting to me that we end up here at this chapel. Alright, down we go to meet our first boss of the area. It's going to be fun to be able to just kind of whip everybody into shape the first go around. Just taking in the architecture this time around. See if there's anything familiar. Almost looks like a child holding a ring. With lions next to it. And some people say we read too much into it, but as we know, FromSoft never does anything not on purpose. Alright. Let's see. I think I'm going to want a shield for this fight, because he has a lot of limbs. And I think I'll use my Crag Blade for the pokey pokes. So the more I think about it, it's interesting that this is the first boss that we encounter. And as we know, before we can even get to the lands between, one of the main things that happens as soon as we enter Stormveil, which is the first place we get to, is that these dudes are all practicing the art of grafting, if you can even call it that. So it's possible that they're already kind of staking out Tarnished that they can take before they even start their journeys to start grafting them. Now, whether all Tarnished start here is questionable. We know that we're basically a type of undead at this point, but we don't live in death. So there's differences within that. We are sort of undying, but we aren't like sort of the skeletal masses that we come across in the lands between. Thanks to Marika. So since she sealed away destined death, it allows us to keep living. It actually allows a lot of creatures in the world to keep living that otherwise probably should have been dead. And you can see that in like the Wandering Nobles and obviously the Skeletal Militiamen and everything like that. Oh my god. That scared the shit out of me. I guess that's how they get you to die. Makes sense. So a really interesting feature that I found was that Melina is wearing a wedding ring. And some of you might say, oh, but it's on her right hand, not her left. However, Western cultures are pretty much the only ones that wear it on the left, but a lot of European countries and countries to the east wear it on their right, and we can see that she has a ring there. Even when we do Ranni's questline, and at the end, she's wearing her wedding ring that we give her to betroth to her on her right hand.
One of her kind is sure to see.
So
Elden Ring.
It makes me wonder more about
Even if it does violate
Malenia and her past. And if she has a consort, what's that about? I'm very interested to kind of look at more clues the second go around to see if we can just figure out some more stuff that we didn't notice the first time about. And here we are, back at the Stranded Graveyard. Coming up like roses. All these graves. Funny that they still give you all of the tidbits, which we're not going to do because reasons. Ooh, yeah. It's kind of nice because there's a lot of shit that we can just skip now, you know what I mean? Like, dungeons like these, we don't have to do anymore. If we already did it the first time. I mean, that's what I tried to do, pretty much, before going into New Game Plus. I wanted to do everything I possibly could, because there's just some shit I didn't want to do again. And now we don't have to do that. I'm digging this samurai outfit a lot, though. Alright. Let's see now. Vare! So interesting to me that he's the first guy that you meet, considering we know what the hell he's about. And he knows quite a lot about us already.
Oh, yes. Tarnished, are we?
Yeah, you know that, don't you?
For the Elden Ring? Hmm? Of course you have. No. Unfortunately for you, however...
And he's the first one that we talk to who seems to know this very well.
Runes, and without an invitation to the Round Table Hold, you are fated, it seems, to die in obscurity. Luckily for you, however, there is one shining ray of hope for even the maidenless. Me, Vare. Take care to listen. Are you familiar with grace? The golden light that gives life to you tarnished. You may also behold its golden rays, pointing in a particular direction at times. That is the guidance of grace, a path that a tarnished must travel. Indeed. Grace's guidance holds the answers. It will lead you tarnished to the path you are meant to follow, even if it leads you to your grave. Grace's guidance will reveal the path forward, most certainly, to Castle Stormvale, over on the cliff, the home of the decrepit demigod, Godric the Grafted. It's time you set off, I should think, to Castle Stormvale on the cliff, where Grace would guide you. If you seek the Elden Ring, maidenless as you are. It's time you set off to castles if you seek...
Man, I almost want to kill him now. But we'll wait. Yeah, because we don't have the emblem anymore. We still have the bloody finger, which is nice. Vare is a very, very mischievous guy. Very mischievous indeed. Alright then. Should we go after this bad boy? The bad boy that had killed us so many times in the beginning. Now we're gonna give it to him. What up, bro? Not a weakling anymore. Ooh, that bloody slash is so nice. I gotta practice my rolling now. If I'm not gonna use my Bloodhound step, I'm gonna have to get good at dodging. Oof, that was so satisfying. Goodbye, sir. No longer shall I feel you and fear you for like 30 levels. Oh, and we get Torrent right off the bat, which is pretty nice, I gotta say. I have one of the guilty kind of right away. I haven't found too much lore on the guilty. I'm trying to see if I can get like a drop set or something. All I know is that they're supposed to be heretics, and then they are kind of punished in that way. Forever alive.
You're tarnished. I can see it.
And I can see in your eyes that you know frenzy, sir.
Then why not purchase a little something? I am Kale, purveyor of fine goods.
Let's see what you got that we don't already have. Alright. Pretty much all the same stuff. It's good that we don't have to get the cookbooks all over again. That's nice.
Selling wares as I travel. The land has been tainted by madness since the shattering of the Elden Ring. It's only tarnished like yourself, who keep things from drying up entirely. Let's say you're a very welcome customer. Goodbye.
Well,
Nice.
also because we know as Tarnished, we're the only ones that kind of haven't started a crusade against anybody. Just taking a better look at his clothes. Yeah. Can see those yellow eyes of yours, sir. I know what you are. But that's okay. Now, we could go straight to Godric, but I feel like... Where's the fun in that? Where's the fun in that? We'll probably do whatever invasions we can. Because if you haven't noticed by this point, anyway, you can only do all the invasions in a certain area so long as you haven't killed the main boss of that area. So if there were certain encounters that you missed or you don't understand why you didn't get them, it's because once you kill the main boss of that map or that section, you can no longer get the invading NPCs. Oh man, it's like taking candy from a baby. It's pretty fun though, not gonna lie. I'm excited to be a little OP for a while. But what's really nice is you get your map and everything that you've uncovered, which is really nice. So you want to make sure you uncover as much as you can your first playthrough because they give you your entire map. You just have to re-find all of your sites of grace, which isn't too bad, you know? This is a nice way to go into a new game. So, thanks FromSoft, and until next time, you guys.